So this video is to complete Seminar 8 for Ed 487. Today I'm going to explain a scene to you that I observed in my previous placement. It was a science course where they were learning about biomes and ecosystems. The assignment was that the students were supposed to follow the teacher along to outline the world map. So the students had books that they were creating and writing information in, and they had a 3x5 square that they could put the map in. And the teacher had the map placed on a rolling board that could move around the classroom in front of the class. And so they began outlining together. The teacher began from the top of the page and said, just follow along the line. And students tried to get that started, but about 10 to 15 minutes in, students were having painful expressions on their face. They were making quiet comments. They sometimes quit. As the tables kind of broke off into different areas. Some students would try to work with themselves. The teacher kind of moved to a different section of the class and worked with those students, and I took my own group of students to the back of the room. We probably spent another 10 minutes doing this, and students kept getting louder and louder about their discomfort with this lesson. So the teacher decided to take the map outline and place it on top and in front on the smartboard, maybe getting a chance to have it in a bigger, aspect or whatever. And you would think that would help, but the students became even more frustrated. They began to loudly comment about the assignment, how it wasn't fair. They didn't like it. It was, stupid. So very inappropriate comments. After another couple minutes, students began to run around the classroom. They would start ripping up their assignment. So just full-blown frustration. So it was at that point where the teacher decided to call off the assignment and just said, okay, we're not doing this. So I analyzed the situation with a couple different aspects, from the theorists that we researched in class. So my first point in analyzing this interaction was the misinterpretation of directions from the students. I believe that this teacher was being very clear and very open about how to begin this outline and how to proceed through it. And I think that maybe due to a lack of interest that the students decided to not pay attention to those directions. My second analysis point is that the students may be hungry or tired. It was about midday when this assignment was being taken place. And the students have been working non-stop several hours, reading, writing, and then transitioning into the science concept. They didn't have lunch yet. There was no snack in between. So obviously that could contribute to a lot of frustration and a lot of, whatever. And then the third point was that the students may act on impulse and become frustrated and upset. So as we see in a lot of pre-adolescents, students like to act on their impulse. They don't have a lot of application or practice in that. And so once they feel an emotion, they're ready to set that in action. And so my question to you at the end of this video, after hearing about this concept of students becoming frustrated with trying to recreate an outline of a world map, how would you present this lesson differently than my mentor teacher did? Would you have handled the students' reactions differently? And what would you have said or suggested to the teacher to fix this? So I hope that helps, and enjoy.